Have you ever wondered if it's possible to just get a bad bottle of bourbon? Let's find out. What's going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Now, on the bar top here, we have one of my most disliked bottles of bourbon, and that is the Russels Reserve 10 year. As you see, we have two bottles on the bar top. We have my old bottle that I am not a fan of. We also have a brand new bottle that I just picked up today, and I want to see if I just happen to have gotten a bad bottle of bourbon. Now, it's possible that this batch that was out and released was just a bad one, and this one right here has the possibility to be a good one. Or it could just be the bourbon in general I'm just not a fan of. But I've had so many of you guys tell me that you love Russels Reserve 10 year so much that I wanted to put this into bed and figure out if I just don't like it or if it was the bourbon itself. So this isn't a blind. We are going to have them in their respective glasses. I want to compare. I want to see if this new bottle has sweeter components to it compared to the old bottle. Because even when I first started drinking the old bottle, I found that bitterness that I just wasn't a fan of. So these have been sitting for roughly about 10 minutes now in their glasses, because the last time I opened a new bottle on the channel, you had told me that I should let it sit for a little bit in the glass, which I have done so. This is going to be a really, really fun one. We're going to find out if this is just bitter on my palate regardless, or if for just some reason I had a bad batch of Russels Reserve 10 year, and I'm sorry to whoever else had a bottle from that batch. As you guys can see too, these bottles have changed up a little bit. The older style was the full white label with the red lettering, and then the new one has the red bottom band, which, hey, I think it looks pretty nice. It's a nice rendition of the bottle. But without further ado, let's get into the old glass first and see where that bitterness comes from. Because I normally don't find it on the nose, it's just on the palate. The nose is usually decent. And so it's oaky, it's vanilla. I find a little bit of almost like a creaminess to it on the nose. It does have a decent nose, I'll let you know that. I almost get like also a little bit of a mintiness going on there. It almost has a little bit of like a grape forward almost on the nose as well, which is very interesting. It's got a little tiny touch of a must. Granted, this is a 10 year. But let's get into the new one here on the nose and see if the nose is any different. Because if the nose is different, I would imagine the palate might be a little bit different as well. It smells a little bit sweeter. It smells like there's a little bit more vanilla. It smells like there's like a little bit of a birthday cake-esque going on in that glass. Definitely a little bit more fruitiness going on there. A little bit more cherry, strawberry. It smells like that strawberry ice cream on the popsicle. You know what I'm talking about with the strawberry crunchies on the outside? Has that going on for it, but then it also has a little bit of a chocolate going on too. I didn't get any chocolate in this. No chocolate in that. More of along the lines of like the vanillas. I actually like the new nose a lot better than the old one, so it has potential to be better on the palate. But I want to get into the old one and explain to you where that bitterness comes from. It's right off the bat. It's literally right off the bat. It's just got this bitterness that just twists my tongue into a knot, and I just don't enjoy it after that. Now, after the bitterness, it's the first flavor that hits the tongue. It lasts for a little bit. It fades away, and then it's okay on the palate, right? There's a little bit of sweetness going on, but after that bitterness, I can't pinpoint any flavors. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. I hope you've had a bottle of a bourbon that you just haven't enjoyed, and this is just one that is that. It's immediately on the palate, but the finish, I'll let you know this, the finish is actually decent. When the bitterness fades away, you're getting a nice coating of like a fruit forward cherry that just lingers on the tongue, almost like cherry cola in a way. But I want to enjoy a bourbon fully from beginning to end and not have to wait till the end to enjoy it. You know what I mean? I'm really interested to find out what this new bottle of Russels Reserve has to offer. So without further ado, let's get into the glass, see if it's any bit better than the old bottle. Much creamier on the palate. Wow. It's thicker, it's viscous, has a little bit of a sweet oak going on. I am not finding the bitterness that I was finding in the old bottle. Through and through that bottle, every time I had it, it had that touch of bitterness, and it got more prevalent throughout the bottle. This one right here, right off the first sip, no bitterness, which is actually a really, really good sign. It's oaky. It's got a little bit of char going on for it too, which brings out a little bit of like a marshmallow, a toasted marshmallow, a touch of a graham cracker as well. It has a little bit of like a honeyness going on for it as well, finding it to be like that like earthy sugariness going on for it. Now it could be just the sugars from the oak coming through, but I find a little bit of honey coming out of this glass as well, which is very, very nice actually. Hands down, much better than this bottle right off of the rip. Say a couple more pours out of this bottle, is it going to stay better? I hope, because so many of you have said that I have possibly had a bad batch. And right now, I'm starting to believe it. But only time will tell if this bottle opens up and breathes a little bit more in the bottle, allows a little bit more oxygen to hit the bourbon, and opens up and to see if that bitterness comes through. But right now, right here on the channel, for you guys, I'm going to say I had a bad batch of Russels Reserve 10-year, and I'll stand by it right now, and I'll say, because of the bad batch, I'd still be hesitant to buy it, but knowing that this bottle at the moment is this much better, it's your call, it's your judgment, it's your money. If you want to buy a bottle or a new if you were like me and you didn't enjoy your first bottle of Russels Reserve 10-year and you're hesitant to buy another one like I was, I'd possibly go out and buy another one if you are willing to spend the money on it and compare the two and see if yours was also just a bad batch or if you didn't like it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was been a fun one. I really enjoyed this. This one right here is just not good. This one at the moment, hey, it could open up to be completely beautiful and stay beautiful, or it could just open up and be just like this one. Only time will tell. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing because we are doing a 5,000 subscriber giveaway. Until next time, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. Cheers.